There's a lot of fun.
Don't throw it wide!
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.
The 13th XBL campaign comes to a head with a matchup of epic proportions. First, the kid. Reaching the promised land for the first time since Season 10, this young gun is redesigned and raring to go. After an epic semifinal upset, all thoughts are forward to a title, with a chance to solidify external XBL greatness on the line. Opposite him, the defending champ, the Von Asen, Mr. Back-to-Back. 3 consecutive championships has not been accomplished since Seasons 1 through 3, and this Hall of Fame player can accomplish just that after proving there is not an ounce of quit in this ball club, winning the semis in stunning 7-game fashion. Luke Archer and Wisconsin forward do battle with Weaver4Prez and his Beavers. Welcome to the XBL World Series!
Wow. Thank you, Urban. What an intro that was. Welcome, everybody. Here we are back again for more XBL World Series action. Everybody, welcome Mystery Man into the booth tonight. He's making his debut. Excited to have you here, my man, Mystery. Say what's up to everybody.
Hey, how you doing, folks?
Hey, I'm excited to bring you these games with we got a great slate of ball games here with games 3 and 4 pre-recorded for you guys, and then game 5 is going to be live. As we all know, Mystery and Weaver dominated game 1. Kind of came out and stunned Luke on the base paths with the pitching, with the hitting. He had no answer for Weaver's all-around game in game 1 as Weaver took it 10-4.
Yeah, Weaver, he's so polished. He gets off to a good start there with game 1, and game 2 he had the lead, and you start thinking, oh well, might be one of those series, but Luke is also polished, and he got after it there, and I don't think anybody was surprised, but it's always a little bit surprising when the series starts out going one way and then it kind of takes a reversal.
Yeah, and it definitely took a reversal in game 2, but Luke, he didn't have much of an answer in game 2 either, but he turned it around late like Luke often does. We've seen, time and time again, he rope-a-dopes you into that 8th inning, 9th inning comeback, and you just can't ever sleep on Luke Archer. He is no stranger to this is his 2nd trip to the World Series now. He's a giant slayer. He took down Lazy to get here, so, it's all knotted up at 1 game apiece. Now, one of the interesting factors we talked about, we're going to have both guys feature a low velo starting pitcher tonight, and also, of course, the batting eagle on 93. So those things are definitely going to be a big factor tonight. Let's see who can have some success with the low velo pitching and who might not.
Yeah, I know Weaver always talks about low velo. He loves it, but I tell you, Luke is just murderous with that low velo. So I don't think
Right.
that necessarily applies to him, perhaps to other people, but we'll see.
Yeah, he does have an extreme amount of accuracy on those low velo pitchers, even more so than most people choose to spin. So it's going to be a great matchup. I'm definitely excited. We've got some great baseball for you guys here tonight. And without further ado, let's get let's get it rolling.
Rock and roll.
All right, let's play ball, folks. Be right back. All right, folks, we are loading in here to Red Rock for game 3. Both players wish each other luck, and Weaver mutes the chat. We do have Weaver's perspective here for you for game 3. It'll be David Gruber leading it off for Luke and his forward. And first pitch of the game, he's going to fly out to center field, it looks like.
Well,
I think Weaver had outfield shallow there, Mystery Man.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, not a lot of power on Gruber, the leadoff man. But Luke nearly burned the center fielder right out the gate. Now, Caitlin Canyasit, number 3 for the Beavers Club, but she's been an ace for the club this year. She didn't give up an earned run almost all regular season.
Yeah, almost no junk there. Definitely all velocity. Not too unusual, but looks fairly extreme there. Maybe 35 on the junk.
And she works quickly here, getting 2 outs and 2 batters. Luke swinging early and often. He's going to ground out to Ben from Talking Ben. That's 1-2-3 here in the first inning. Easy
as that. Here we go, folks.
Gannon Weeks, and I'm sorry, this is not Weaver's perspective. This is Luke Archer's perspective. Know what I was thinking there. Hodag Hangelson, the hero starting pitcher in the Black Jackals series. He's going to get Gannon Weeks to line out deep to left field, much like Luke's leadoff batter, nearly burning the outfielder, but didn't have quite enough juice. Ghibli Chongle with 3 home runs here in this postseason for the Beavers.
Patience there, smokes the ball through.
Yeah, some tough RNG is Platarinkos, usually the sure-handed glove of the forward, doesn't come up with that one, and now Weaver's in business with Ghibli Chongle aboard. Deja Yorno, she does not have power versus left-handed this year. So used to seeing that trait active here against the left-handed pitcher.
And early runs in a game like this is, boy, just manna from heaven. So let's see what Weaves does.
Has a great at bat there. Wow. Yeah. Now there's 2 on and 1 out, and there's no one hotter in this lineup than Barles Charkley right now. She's already
always hot.
Right, and she's put together a lot of hits already in this series. Oh, and some lag here by the kid.
Ooh.
Great pitch there, 101 up and in, 99's power score.
Oh, chasing.
Oh my goodness, he got Weaver to chase, but the loopy ground ball, Luke was queued up for second, excuse me there. Didn't go for the sure out at first, and now we're loaded up. Everybody's safe. Oh, what a nightmare.
I'm not sure why he didn't go to first there. Did you see anything, Ox?
I saw him queue up for second. It looked like he did try to go for first, if I'm not mistaken, but it was too late at that point. And Busi Manga in the World Series with the bases loaded is one dangerous man, folks. What a take there. 3-2, 1 out. Bases loaded. He works the walk. What a take. Stone cold take there. Right there, yes. Looking like the eye of Mystery Man at the dish. Simon Baumklat now steps in with a huge chance. Oh, he hits it right to Platarinkos, who is able to come up with this one.
That's a big out.
It's a huge out as Weaver not able to get a sac fly or move any runners with 1 out here. And now it's Jeffrey Fromey with much less pop in the bat here, has Fromey. Line softly up the middle. That's going to be through, though. And this could score 2. Strong throw home. It's going to be a time. Oh, the catcher drops the ball.
Oh, my goodness. Not the time for that. Wow.
Weaver could have been playing for the RNG. Possibly he was cut out, hung out to dry there. The throw was definitely in plenty of time, but
yeah, I thought it looked questionable right away, and then for a second I thought he was going to make it easy, and then looked like he was out by 10 feet.
Right. That was kind of my exact swing of emotions as well. But once you saw the ball hopping into the catcher, it was like, oh, this is going to be an easy out. Luke, after giving up 3, is going to start off with the leadoff base hit, though. Great play by Fromey to keep it to just a single.
That ball was smoked.
Yeah, it's important for Luke to get on the board here soon because Weaver's stealing all the momentum right out the gate here in Game 3. Caitlin Canyas at 0-2 early here on No Ope, the third baseman. Classic Midwest Wisconsin lingo there.
Good eye there by Luke.
100 miles an hour on the up and away corner. Gets Luke swinging. He was just tardy enough to get the swing and the miss. Now, despite the leadoff single, Weaver now a ground ball away from getting out of it. But oh my goodness. Luke puts a charge into this one. It's going to be just short of the wall, though. Fromey gets under it. 2 outs here for the Beavers. Sheboygan Steve, the left fielder, stepping in, hitting .615. No home runs to speak of. Definitely swinging a hot bat.
Luke would love to get even just one here to kind of turn the momentum.
But he will not get
happen.
one. Yeah, 3-pitch K. And like you said, the momentum all Weaver's way here early. Hodag Hangelson tense. 33 pitches in. He gets the strikeout from the pitcher. Does not help his mojo out any, though. Luke was probably hoping to get back to neutral there after the 4-pitch strikeout. Here's Gannon Weeks.
They were going to be throwing low velo here. Did they flip the script on us?
Oh my goodness, Gannon Weeks! I thought that was a pop-up. It drifts all the way off the wall. I guess Luke should have jumped for that ball, but it looked like a routine flyout, didn't you?
I couldn't tell because I've got a little bit of a grainy screen here. It looked like for a second it was going to be gone.
I heard weak contact off the bat, but that ball floated all the way to the fence. And so it looks like both. So Luke has a 2 high velo, 2 low velo rotation, whereas Weaver has the 1 low velo guy in his rotation. Oh my goodness, mystery. This is the same type of fly ball that Weeks just hit, and it just floats on out of Red Rock.
Bookend fly ball right there.
Ghibli Chongle gets a cheapy home run to right field. But if you're the Beavers, you'll take it. 5-0 here. We're not even through 2 innings. Hodag Hangelson boasting pretty good velocity. This is one of Luke's starting pitchers that he had a lot of success with here in this postseason, especially against Lazy. And yes, he will. Both players, it looks like, in Game 4 will be throwing low velo starting pitching.
Okay.
So it's big that Weaver is jumping out here early. Luke having no answer on the mound so far.
Needs to get back to neutral there. I mean, the pitcher still got plenty of stats.
Charles Charkley puts a charge into this one. Oh. Left fielder
almost another down the liner there.
Almost came up with it. I think it was off the wall first, though. Charles Charkley, like we said, swinging a hot stick. She got the cheap infield single, fielder's choice in the first inning. She's going to lose the foot race to the bag here for the 3rd out of the 2nd. So Weaver takes a 5-0 lead into the 3rd here, Mystery.
Yeah, huge.
Oh, that ball's going to just go foul here for Minetawak Akanama Wak.
Hakanama walk, that's it.
The tongue twister.
That's a typical Luke name. Right?
Great at bat there by
Platarinkos.
Yeah, he knows how to put some tongue twisters in his lineup, but great at bat there by Akanamawak. Works the walk, leadoff walk. And now Hodag, Luke thought about possibly lifting Hangelson here early in this ball game. Instead, Caitlin Candice gets a 3-pitch K, and her mojo goes back to locked in here.
And no bunt attempt, I don't believe, in that at bat.
Yeah, it's hard to play for 1 run when you're down by 5, but Luke's got to get something going. Barles tags the runner way up the line. And now here's Angie Affleck. She has perhaps swung the hottest bat of all on any hitter on the forward lineup. Had a monster series against the Black Jackals. As you see, 18 RBIs in the postseason.
Wow. So
Luke feeling a lot of confidence with this hitter here. As wow, what a pitch as Weaver hits strike 2. Oh, and nearly nips the corner for 3. We got a full count. Gets him with the hanging changeup. Mystery Man, I bet he wishes he could have another crack at that one.
That looked like me versus Dark Raider there. He does that to me all the freaking time.
Just that change of pace can get you sometimes. It looks so meaty when it comes over the middle, but it was so slow. And now Boozy Manga going to rip one down the left field line. Going to be a leadoff double for the Beavers.
Beavers trying to pour it on here.
Yeah, it feels like we're much later in this game than we are, Mystery Man. It's only the bottom of the 3rd.
Yep. Plenty of time for Luke, though, too, when you look at it that way. Seen him do it before, plenty of times. And he's gonna, yeah, he held it.
Another base hit up the middle. Yeah, he's gonna hold the runners at the corners here. Nobody out. Gonna play it conservative with the, Boozy's speedy over there at 3rd, but no reason to test the arm. Weaver not gonna try to catch lightning in a bottle twice with a dropped catcher throw. Fromy up 3-1 here in the count. Works it to full. And Luke misses again with that full count changeup. Much like the RBI walk with the bases loaded, as Fromy takes a good... Ooh, Ben from Talking Ben nearly cleared the bases. And this is a nightmare situation for Luke. Bases loaded, nobody out. Angie Aflac going to try to corral this one. Will Boozy Manga test her arm? He will not.
Oh.
The catcher drops the throw again. How much fielding did Luke invest in catcher fielding? It has not paid off so far in the World Series. Kenyasit. She almost squeaked a double down the line there. Instead, Hangelson gets a much-needed strikeout here with the bases loaded. Yeah, that was a big pitch for the forward. So far, he's gotten out of this bases loaded, no out jam without allowing a run.
He's got to get out of this.
Yeah, he's 2/3 of the way there. Nice pitch there as you see the stats diminishing here for Hangelson. 75 pitches in just 3 innings. And there's Gannon Weeks. He smokes that one up the middle. And, tough dive. That's going to clear the bases.
Oh, wow.
Again, a dropped one-hopper from a forward fielder. And it's costing Luke tenfold.
Now, that catcher of his is going to have a lot of questions to answer after this one.
Yeah, the dropped ball from the catcher becoming a bit contagious. We saw Nymphiaceae drop one earlier on a dive, and now we see the center fielder drop a much-needed ball he needed to come up with. And Hangelson's stats are just non-existent now as Deja Yorno rips one, and it's like a merry-go-round of base hits so far here for the Beavers. 9-0. Barles Charkwood steps up with a chance to end it here.
Look who it is.
Hodag Hangelson still only a 5.17 ERA despite this horrific start. And that could end it here, Mystery Man. Winning run comes to the plate. She caught that one, but it's not going to be in time. That's going to be the ball game, folks. A 3-inning mercy from Weaver's Beavers over Luke's Wisconsin forward. My goodness.
Yeah, and I don't think that catcher actually fielding that ball is going to be enough momentum, the momentum that he wanted, at least, swinging into next game.
Absolutely. All the momentum has gone Weaver's way so far. We will be right back with Game 4 here in just a second. All right, sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. Rookie producer here. We are getting game 4. We're loading in the motor yard here.
Good old moto.
1 second.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 12. Follow.
And it will be Buffy Bubbler on the mound. I lied. It's not a low velo starting pitcher for the forward, miss.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Must have played one in the first 2 games.
Number 85.
yeah, I might have had my info wrong on Luke's rotation. Maybe he doesn't employ the 2-and-2 hologram strategy. Wishbone's astronauts also like to employ. But regardless, 2 quick outs here for Buffy Bubbler on the mound as she's working through the top of the first, unscathed so far, as Luke looking to find his first 0 of the night. And he does just that with a 1-2-3 first inning here.
I definitely need a little bit of home cooking here for the forward.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull some Wisconsin magic here in the Detroit home stadium. Their neighboring state, Michigan, it's, you know, probably the closest home park to Wisconsin Luke could have chosen. And going to get a little bit of home cooking here, missed, as the leadoff man boinks one off the pitcher. That's
Any
just the
momentum right now. That's it.
Exactly. That's just the kind of start you're looking for if you're the forward to get back in the series. But oh no, a rocket double play ball.
Oh, my.
I spoke too soon. Luke smoked that ball. Right. I mean, there's just nothing you could do when you hit one right at a middle infielder. Hombre de los Rojos boasts a 1.23 ERA in this postseason. Gets Luke fooled with the screwball there. So Weaver, in a sense, gets a 1-2-3 inning of his own after the double play. And now we see those dark Beavers uniforms hiding in the shadows of home plate so far. Perhaps the lighting messing with the player's eyes. We see that a lot in baseball.
Yeah, this to me is the toughest lighting at Moto, the sun and shade.
Oh, I thought that ball was going to be out of play, but it just stays in with enough room for Angie Affleck. She comes up with the catch.
A lot of corner balls so far. Last game in this one.
Not a ton of room at either home park in that right field foul ground. But so far, Luke mowing down this Beavers lineup with Buffy Bubbler. Perhaps she's bringing something to the table that Hodag Hangelson wasn't.
And no speed on this hitter, but he's got a bat.
Yeah, Simon Baumklad, he's trying to bloop one into left field, but Dalrymple, he's there. Now, fighting Bob Lafollette, this has been a guy, much like Angie Affleck, swinging the hottest bat of anybody on the team. Look at that, 6 home runs, 21 ribs. Fighting Bob and Angie Affleck, they're the leaders of this offense. And we didn't hear much out of either one of those guys in Game 3, so Luke definitely looking to get going with his big sticks. There is Fighting Bob.
There he is.
Oh, and it's off the cup of Busi Manga out there. He can't come up with it. It looked like Weaver timed the dive right, just didn't have the glove in the right spot.
Yeah, I think that was just one of those that was considered a difficult play there. Got him.
Yeah, absolutely. And now 3-0 here to no 0. 4 curveballs in a row. The fourth one finds its mark. And now he's going to challenge him with the 3-1 fastball. Popped sky high into left field for Weeks. So missed after nothing but fireworks in Game 3. We've seen an early pitcher's duel here.
Yeah, we haven't. Maybe the small ball will break out. We didn't see any of that in Game 1. We haven't seen any here so far.
Yeah, I mean, Weaver didn't have to employ a lot of small ball. He just really ripped the ball off Luke. And now Hombre de los Rojos is working his magic on the mound. You know me, I'm a fan of small ball, though, Mist. I'm inviting that.
You inviting that thought a little bit there.
Oh, yeah, I would love to see some small ball. Maybe a little trick play or two. Hombre misses down low. 2-1 count here to Akanamawak.
To my knowledge, Luke a little bit more of a small ball player than Weaver tends to be, but they both can do everything, so you never know.
Right. Yeah, they're both extremely crafty players. We saw Weaver showcase all kind of different skills in game 1 of this series. It's going to be a 2-out ground ball, so despite getting a couple of runners on base here in the second, the forward are not able to break through. And so far, Weaver has held Luke scoreless on the night.
And nobody can knock the lid off the rim right now.
A bit of a ghost pitch there as Fromey's up 3-0 in the count here. Speedster center fielder, you don't want to walk him as he smokes one to Platarinkos. Going to be a leadoff out. Buffy Bubbler working her magic so far in this one. She's now locked in.
And here's Ben, who's been huge so far in this series and in this playoffs.
Yeah, just hitting 273, but 2 home runs, and they were big ones, and Ben's going to smoke one up the middle there on the 2-2 count. Now, Hombre...
He heard you, Ox. He wants to get on the path to 300 after you just exposed his under 300 average there.
That's right, I called him out for the low average, and Ben gets a perfect jump there. Swipes second base for Hombre de los Rojos, who now has an RBI opportunity to help himself here. Oh, my goodness, it was going up the middle right to the shortstop. It's off the pitcher's glove, but Platarinkos able to adjust mid-play and still get the slow-running Rojos at first.
And Weaver's got the man at the plate, but he grounds it out to Platarinkos.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. He did have a stud hit. I didn't even get a chance to see who was up. That had to have been Gannon Weeks, right? The leadoff batter, but he grounds one weakly to the shortstop, and Luke escapes the jam.
I think first pitch swinging, too.
Yeah, you're right, which is... Oh, my goodness. Rojos hangs a changeup or a screwball there right over the middle of the plate on a 1-2 count. That's going to be a leadoff double for Luke. So after... You know, not much life from these forward bats. Here's a leadoff double and a chance to do something big. And we got another one off the pitcher.
There.
But another hit off the pitcher goes Luke's way.
You don't normally see him chase like that either, but he got away with it.
Yeah, his chasing paid off, and Angie Affleck put a charge into that one. Going to be plenty deep enough for a sac fly. And now Luke with his first run of the night. Pitch out there by Weaver, perhaps detecting some small ball. Luke here, he gets the curveball to pop up weakly to right field. You can tell Luke's a bit frustrated so far with Hombre de los Rojos missing the barrel on a lot of these big hitters. Now here's Fighting Bob. He found the barrel earlier in this game. He finds the barrel again here as he goes deep to right field, and Busi Menga tries for the jump. Doesn't come up with it. Luke sends the runner around third.
Oh my!
Not in time! My goodness!
No,
He's out at the plate! Ghibli Chongle, he brought his glove, unlike in Game 3 when we saw the Wisconsin forward catcher with a couple of massive drops.
Oh, what
Ghibli,
a throw.
What a throw indeed by Busi Menga. I did not think that throw had enough juice, did you?
I didn't think it was possible to get it there from there.
I mean, he got it there, but it was rolling along that grass, just barely made it there, and the catcher just scooped tags. I thought for sure the runner was going to be safe. That is a huge out for the Beavers to keep Luke at just 1 run. And oh, what a pitch there as Bubbler gets the looking strikeout for the first out of the 4th.
Oh, so is that the same catcher that came up with that ball from the Airs last game, right?
Now, Luke's catcher made the error in game 3, but it was Ghibli Chongle, the Beaver catcher, who snagged that one and laid the quickest Javi Baez-like tag I've ever seen.
I got the teams mixed up here. Like I said, I got a grainy screen here, and I wasn't exactly sure, and they're both wearing darks.
Right, the Beavers are wearing especially dark unis here tonight, and yeah, we saw Luke drop one in almost the same exact type of play, but the runner was just out by 10 feet on Luke's play. All the catcher had to do was catch it and tag in plenty of time as Balls Sharkley works the walk here. That time I didn't think, not only did the catcher have to catch it and tag the runner, but I didn't think the throw was going to be in time. Now Busimenga softly lines one into left field. It's like that'll load up the bases here with one out, and yet again, Weaver is in a bases loaded spot where Luke's finds himself in a big jam to pitch out of.
Here's that slow runner I talked about. That could play.
Simon Bommelklad hitting .421 in the postseason. Big chance here.
Ooh.
Hanging
that one a little
curveball.
bit.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too high, and Bommelklad put a charge into it. It's not deep enough to leave the yard, though. So both
That
players...
looked like it was gone after that, though.
Yeah, I'm sure both players wish their sac fly at bats that they could have another crack at those pitches as they both hit one deep to center field. But so far, that's all each guy's been able to do is get a sac fly. And that is all Weaver will muster here, despite having bases loaded. So 1-1, bottom 4, it's anybody's ball game.
I know for my part, when I get a sac fly, I'll take it. I don't care if 3 people were on or 10 people were on.
Yeah,
especially in a close game.
It's definitely better than a 0, but it still leaves that sour taste in your mouth, like you could have got more, or a little bit of a missed opportunity. But like
especially
you said,
the way these guys hit.
Right. But like you said, you'll take it, especially in the World Series. At least it wasn't as bases loaded 0-run inning. And a great play there by the second baseman, Ben. 2 up and 2 down so far for Hombre de los Rojos, who is yet again working his postseason magic on the mound. Manitawak, Okanamawak. 3-1.
Oh, right on the edge.
As was that, back-to-back paint jobs by Hombre de los Rojos with the curveball and then the heater there up and away.
I was thinking he might get a pitch there, and there was no pitch coming.
Yeah, sometimes the full counts, a guy might hang a pitch to you on full count or he might walk you, but that one was just a perfect corner placement for Weaver, and what can you do if you're Luke? As now Weaver's going to leave him in here in the 5th inning. Oh, we saw a bit of a wild placement and release there. And here comes another wild one.
Wow. I was going to say, I think you got to leave him in there, but lag city there.
Yeah, I don't know which player lagged more there. The fastballs down the pipe seemed to have frozen Hombre, but yeah, like you said, Weaver leaving him in the 5th inning, which a lot of times when we see De Los Rojos start, he does come out by that second AB, and he's doing such a good job on the mound here tonight. Weaver leaving him in there, and Gannon Weeks gets a 2-out knock up the middle. We're still seeing a little bit of lag here as Luke missing his spot ever so slightly. Let's see if he can calm down and escape this inning with yet another 0.
We'd hate to see anything decided here with a lag pitch.
Yeah, we have seen that before regarding Weaver's Beavers. It's been a while since we saw connection issues from Luke, but ooh, Hombre misses right down the middle with that heater. Abner Dalrymple not able to catch up, and it's 2-1 here. Bottom of the 5th, 1-1 ball game. Swings at the curve, hit weakly to Deja Yorno. One pitch that we have seen Luke struggle with so far in this ball game has been that slow curveball miss. We've even seen him chase it a few times, as you noted.
Yep. Yeah, and he's going to leave Bubbler in here.
Yeah, she's locked in. So both players choosing to leave the starting pitcher in to hit in the 5th inning of their second at bat. Full count, the 66th pitch on its way, and it's smoked.
That was hit.
Weaver with the outfield shallow, and oh, Jeffrey Fromey, a great play to keep the ball from going all the way to the wall, but he's going to be injured in the process.
That goes all the way to the wall. She might got all the way to third on that.
Yeah, I think she had an easy triple, and that would be with 1 out. So, you know,
and with him on the ground, I think she gets all the way around to third. That was a great play.
Great play by Fromey indeed, and like you said, she gets to third with 1 out. Luke's a ground ball away from taking the lead. But it doesn't appear that Weaver has a backup center fielder to put in the game. So Bailey Summers comes in. I think it's Bailey Summers. Comes in to play right field. Boozy Manga moves over to center field. Both of those players will have fielding loss for being out of position. And now the 2-2 1-out pitch is located perfectly on the corner. As Delos Rojos gets another strikeout here, it's Angie Aflac steps in with 2 outs.
And when you get that defense down to 0, it does not take much for them to bobble that ball.
Yeah, especially on a play where you have to dive or jump, as Weaver again just relentlessly throwing that low velo curveball, and Luke cannot hit it. Angie Aflac flies out to left field.
Wow.
Delos Rojos is through 5, scoreless.
Oh, big single.
Yes, as you mentioned, Deja Yorno leads off the 6th with the leadoff single. Now here's the ever-dangerous Barles Sharkley.
Like I said, she's always hot.
Batting .500 here in the postseason with 9 dingers. Low pitch trade activated.
9 dingers. Nice.
She's going to line out there to the third baseman. Oh, no. Oh, Boozy Manka. Oh. He assassinates Bubbler, and she will no longer be locked in. Boozy Manga, no stranger to big hits in the World Series. The man with 10 RBIs in Game 7 of last year's World Series just takes out Bubbler. And now we see the K-Man flamethrower Chase Tabuli catcher convert into reliever.
I think we're far enough along in this game that doesn't really hurt him on the surface.
Well, plays like that will certainly hurt you, on the field and mentally, as Okanamawak not able to come up with that. Well, that could have been a double play ball if he had come up with that clean. Instead, again, we have bases loaded, and it's Bailey Summers off the bench in a big spot here. This would be Fromey's spot in the order, but it's Bailey Summers. And she strikes out on the 102-mile-an-hour smoke from Tabuli.
Right at the dead top of the zone, too.
Yeah, Luke painting that high part of the zone with this high velo velocity. Gets Weaver to chase a changeup, but he's going to bloop it into center field. And Talking Ben gets a massive 2-out, 2-run single with the bases loaded. Luke frustrated with that one.
Oh, I can't blame him there.
He made a great pitch, got Weaver to
really
chase. Yeah, it seems like with those 2-strike pitches, when you get a guy to chase, and he does chase, that's actually the time where they give up the bloops. And a lag pitch there. And it results in a beanball.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, and that's going to mess up the pitcher.
The pitcher goes from nervous, tense, to now rattled after giving up 2 runs on the hit, and now the beanball. He's injured Flip Chubson Bubson off the bench. So that's the second Weaver's Beaver that'll be injured in this ballgame. Chase Tabuli has absolutely lost his composure here on the mound in a big spot. Oh my goodness, Gannon Weeks put a charge into this one.
Wow.
It's off the wall in Motor Yard. Yeah, it's going to clear the bases. Mystery, that's huge.
And Luke was still hitting his spots there. That's just good ball.
Another
Great hit by
and
Luke.
another run going to come in here with 2 outs.
And Luke can't catch a break.
Yeah, it's been all Weaver's Beavers in this one, and he's just pouring it on right now. Another base hit as 2-out rally just won't end here for the Beavers. It's Balls Sharkley. And now finally Chance Lauderberry going to come in and try to extinguish the flames of this Beaver offense. She's going to bloop one. So her first hit of the day is going to be an RBI bloop. Good piece of hitting there. Now Boosie Manga's 2 for 3. He steps in. Luke's not careful here. Weaver could really put this out of reach. Boosie Manga puts a charge into this one. Angie Affleck, she's not going to get to it.
Oh boy, he's just unstoppable.
Yeah, when Weaver gets going, he's tough to stop, and Boosie brings in 2 more there and makes it 10-1.
Now batting the third baseman, number 22.
Simon Baumaclat. Oh, I thought he was going to stop the bleeding, and the throw goes into the dirt. What a scoop there by, I believe it's Fighting Bob. Forget who plays first base, but a heck of a scoop there by the first baseman to really pick his team up out of the dumps of a nightmare inning and put a stop to the bleeding. As Platarinkos, he's going to weakly hit one to Baumaclat at third for the first out. And it was Fighting Bob. Yeah, he did. He is the first baseman. 2 for 2 here in this ball game. He's really carried the forward all postseason long. That one ripped off the bat of Fighting Bob from the arm of John Prawley, and he paints the bottom part of the zone. Prawley with the strikeout. 2 up and 2 down for the flame-throwing reliever. This is Weaver's go-to guy, Mystery Man. This is who he trusts.
Yep. Yeah, Luke just looking for any momentum here.
You can tell all the the bloops in the 50-50 balls not going his way have really frustrated Luke just from his gameplay. I know from similar experiences, we've all been there where it just feels like nothing can go your way in this game. It's extremely hard to play through mentally.
Yeah, and they invariably turn into bigger hits, which is exactly what happened there.
Yeah, when you're playing a guy like Weaver, he can really put the pressure on you in these type of moments. And oh my goodness, David Gruber, he just wasn't hustling. Wow. This guy Gruber, he's already given up and didn't make the effort on that play to let the ball drop.
What's with center field during this playoffs? We've seen more plays like that. Crazy stuff, dives into nowhere. Missed balls. We
thought about letting that one drop to maybe get Prawley to run the bases with less speed, but not really going to matter here with the low speed of the guy on first. But Gandon Weeks gets another base hit in this ball game. And now Ghibli Chonga with a chance to put this into mercy territory. Of course, after Luke bats, of course. And Ghibli does give this ball a ride to Gruber, but Gruber does decide to hustle after this one, makes the catch. So we go to the 7th, 9-run ball game.
Yeah, and I probably shouldn't be the lead critic where it comes to defense, so I retract all those statements I just came out with there.
Hey, you don't have to. You're in the booth. We don't hold anything against you as a player in the booth. I'm certainly not gonna, make fun of anyone for chasing out of the zone, though. Not yours truly.
You've tightened that up, though, Ox. We got to give you credit. He used to really be something.
Hey, I appreciate that. But John Prawley just mowing down forward hitters here, 3 in a row. As Luke just not able to get anything going at the dish. Chance Lauderberry has done a decent job, though, of putting an end to the merry-go-round of hits from the Beavers offense. And just as I get done saying that, Balls Sharkley smokes one to the warning track. But
She was looking for her 10th, but she didn't get it there.
Yeah, she's actually been kind of quiet here tonight as far as fireworks goes. But it's been the rest of the Beavers' offense. You know, we haven't seen a lot of home runs here, Mystery Man. It's just been base hit after base hit.
Yeah, that's a good point, considering how many runs.
I mean,
We've seen a lot of warning tracks, a lot of balls down the line.
Right, and this is now 20 runs in 2 games Weaver's been able to put up, and I don't think he's hit a single home run. Could be wrong.
Really unusual.
So 2 outs now. Bailey Summers going to get 3 at-bats. I don't know if she's had 3 at-bats all season long. And she's going to go 0 for 3. As we're going to play all 9 here, folks. 10-1, Luke trying to get some kind of momentum maybe into Game 5. As we saw Hombre de los Rojos relentlessly shut down this offense for 6+ innings. And then we saw John Prawley come into the game and equally dominant shut the door as he works 2 quick outs here. I'm sorry, 1 quick out here in the 8th. As Gruber, guys, I told you he mailed it in a couple innings ago. He's really mailed it in now. He just gives himself up at the plate. And if I was Luke Archer, I'd be having a talk with that guy before Game 5. He wouldn't be playing on my team.
My. And he smokes the ball. It goes nowhere.
Yeah. Finally does put some hard contact on one, and Bombaclat takes a hit away. First pitch of the 9th inning.
Track?
Yeah, it's going to stay in here.
The Gremlins are out there in the outfield stopping all those balls.
All right, I'm not even going to try on the pronunciation of this reliever, Mystery Man. You want to give it a go?
I'll try it. What do we got here?
You try it. I'm not doing it.
I'll try it.
Oh, Gavin Weeks just put that one in the seats.
There it goes.
12-1 now Beavers as Weeks' 4th home run of this postseason. 16th RBI.
That's it. Ashwaubenon.
There you go. Claire Ashwaubenon.
Claire Ashwaubenon. Perfect.
Claire. Yeah, that sounds better.
That's one of the best names I've ever seen on SMB.
Luke's.
I see the Claire part. I mean, the Ashwaubenon is nice, but the Claire is just must be some French thing.
Okanamawak with a great play and a great throw. As some stellar defense there. Luke's finally off the mound for the remainder of this ball game, and Platarinkos. Let's see if the forward bats can wake up here as we head into Game 5. It's been total dominance here by the Beavers. Fighting Bob. He's the only one on the forward who have put up a fight here tonight. He smokes another one.
Relief pitcher.
Big gamble putting Novi Marquette in the game, some might say, but she's not a bad pitcher. We saw her; she was a hero of last postseason for the Beavers, and she's 1 out away from getting, the 3-1 lead here in this series for the Beavers, and she'll do just that. As that's going to be it, folks. 12-1 final score. Beavers takes games 3 and 4 to go up 3-1 in this series. We update our series count, and we're going to take a short break here as we get with both players, and we'll be right back at you with Game 5 here shortly. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Hang on 1 second. We are loading in. We don't have sound.
Game sound? There it is.
Oh, there it is. So we are loaded in here. Game 5, and this is live, folks.
More Red Rock for you. Bonus Red Rock.
That's right. Game 6 will be here at Game 5, excuse me, here at Red Rock, and it is 3-1 Beavers. Let me update that for you guys.
Nice dive.
Yeah, that was a great play there from the Beavers to keep it no one on base here to start this ball game. And here's Angie Affleck.
She needs to get going for Luke here.
Yes, she does. We saw her have a terrible couple of games, 3 and 4. But like I said, Affleck and Fighting Bob, they're the leaders of this offense. And when they go, the forward go. What a pitch there by Walter Maverick. Paints the corner. That ball caught a pixel of his own. Walter Maverick, the leader of this Weavers rotation, gets his second start of the series, as that's going to be a 2-out poke there from Nymphaceae. Now here's Fighting Bob. The chance at a 2-out rally. He's going to be first pitch swinging, puts a charge into this one all the way to left center field. Weeks comes up with it, but it's off the wall. What a play by Weeks, but he caught it off the wall. And the umpire, we saw him run out to the fence. He said, no, that ball's off the wall. He didn't catch it on a fly. And the runner's going to score from first base. Oh, and DeGiorno, she can't come up with a diving play. That ball wasn't hit particularly hard, Mystery Man, but she had to move just enough, far enough to where she had to dive for it. And despite the high fielding stat, didn't come up with a clean catch. The rally is still alive here for Gwendolyn Gadwall.
This is just the kind of mayhem Luke is looking for.
No doubt about it, as we saw him 2 out, nobody on, as now it's turned into first and third with 2 outs. And Gadwall takes strike 3 on the corner. Weaver gets out of the jam. You know, Mystery, I was just about to mention that this was a great chance for Gadwall to make up for her horrible drop throw from the outfield in Game 3. And instead, she compounds the issue by striking out with 2 on, 2 out. And now it's old Stubblebeard Grimes on the mound. Old Stubblebeard, he throws one right down the pipe to Gannon Weeks, who gets it going here with a 1-2 count. You know that one, not where Luke wanted it, but Gannon Weeks, he's been on fire here lately. Gets another base hit to start it off for the Beavers. We see a nasty arsenal of 4-seam, cut fast, screwball, changeup, and curveball from Stubblebeard Grimes. He challenges Ghibli with the low and in 4-seamer. Nice placement there as Affleck corrals it for the first out.
Grimes looks to be a 90 velo starter there. Kind of a typical high velo build. That does feature the screwball.
Yeah, we'll see if the screwball comes into play tonight, how much that one looked like a cutter inside where the Weaver chased. That one a changeup just off the zone, low and away. Up and in fastball. Oh, and Fighting Bob can't come up with it. The runner's going to be safe at first. Weaver decides not to try to sneak in there at home. And now it's Barles.
That's Weaver's dirtying it up here.
Oh, great jump there. As she's going to steal second easily. And now Barles with a chance with 1 out to get 2 RBIs on a base hit. What a pitch there as it somehow catches the zone. 1-2. Now to Charkley, she fights
exactly off. Exactly where Charkley gets dangerous here with runners on second and third.
Yeah, this is somebody you do not want to pitch to. Wow, what a take right there. Nasty pitches by Stubblebeard Grimes, and he paints the corner with some velo. That is a nasty
Interesting
release
call.
point. Yeah, you got the four seam changeup and the screwball all coming out of that same release point. Can get pretty nasty. Lucy Mangas puts a nice charge into that curveball up the middle, but Luke able to escape the jam. No outs or no runs here in the first inning. So the Forward win that inning 1-0 here as we head to the second.
And that was a Houdini act to get out of that one with Charkley at the plate, and less than I think there was only one down at that point.
Yeah, second and third, one out with Barles Charkley up, and you get a 0. I'll take that all day long, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Not easy to do as Manga misplays this off the wall, and Luke's going to get a leadoff double. We've seen...
Especially the way Weaver's been hitting, you need a few escapes that you
right.
maybe shouldn't have or did something heroic to earn.
We've seen Weaver time and time again play the ball off the right field, carry him out there perfectly. That time it was not played well by Busi Manga. He knows that right field corner as good as anybody, but it leads to a leadoff double instead of a single, and that opened up the hole for the last hitter to just kind of poke one ground ball through the hole. And now Luke steals second. Nobody out here. Wildly swings at that one for the first out of the inning. But still a great chance here for Gruber.
We've had a lot of action considering it's a 1-0 game.
Yes, we have, and now we're going to see some small ball possibly for some more action. As Gruber, no, he's going to weakly hit one to shortstop, and that's going to be an RBI ground out. So a good job manufacturing a run there by Luke. Making sure he gets that run in, and now he's able to add and make it a 2-0 advantage. Affleck hits it hard, but right to Yorno. So it's going to be just one run, but still, much better start here to this ball game than the previous two for Luke Archer.
Just needs to continue to keep the momentum off of the Beavers, because once they get going, it's hard to stop them.
Absolutely right. As we've seen in both games 3 and 4, once Weaver started to go, you could not put out the flames of that Beavers offense. But here in game 5, Luke jumped out early, and despite the misplay there, the third baseman able to make the play. If he's able to keep Weaver at bay here and jump out to maybe 4-5-0 lead here, Mystery Man, I like his chances to get back in the series, but back against the wall, he's playing for elimination tonight. We could see a conclusion of the World Series if Luke's not careful.
Yeah, he really stepped it up here so far in this game. Yeah, a run is a run. It doesn't matter if it's a weak grounder or what you got, deflection. You need to get up on Weaver. You can't have it be zeros or down 2 or down 4.
Exactly right.
Not in an elimination game.
Yeah, ideally not in any game, but especially not in an elimination game. And you're right, you just got to scratch and claw your way as much as you possibly can. And that was something Luke was not able to do in game 3 or 4 with, those runners in scoring position situations. But so far here tonight, he's done a good job of cashing in, at least a little bit cashing in each inning so far, and coming out to a small 2-0 lead. But every little bit counts, like you said.
And despite the fact that the runs were scored not particularly in a dominant fashion, he does appear to be hitting better than he was in the last few.
Yeah, we saw some uncharacteristic chases from Luke Archer in games 3 and 4. And nice job there on the mound as he gets the strikeout and continues to put up zeros on the mound. Old Stubblebeard Grimes might be the answer Luke was looking for on the mound to try to put some distance between him and Weaver in this crucial game 5. Maverick gets the strikeout on the low and away changeup. Game 3 score was 10-0, I believe. Walter Maverick, he had a bit of a rough first couple innings. He seems to be cruising here in the third, but Power versus left-handers engaged here on this hitter. Got to be careful as no Ope puts a charge into this one, but Frommy's going to corral it in at the warning track. Again, Mystery Man, we see warning track power. Excuse me, we did see I remember we saw a home run earlier in the series. That one that just squeaked out of right field.
Just crept over the right fielder's glove, you're right.
How could I forget about that one? As I think it was Boosie Manga who hit that. Weeks finally retired. He'd gotten 3 or 4 hits in a row. Stubblebeard Grimes locked in now. You see that high arm angle with the side-to-side action working good tonight, but Ghibli Chongle up 3-0 here. Dangerous spot. Challenges him with the up and in heater. Challenges him again, low and away, but Ghibli going to smoke one up the middle. Platarinkos dives, makes the play. Nice play by Platarinkos. So far, Luke has been much sharper tonight than in games 3 and 4. You'd love to see him fight back in this series and extend this to another night. Deja Yorno
locked in. He's got a 2-run lead. Just need to keep that pitcher neutral or locked in the entire game. You don't want that to go tense.
Yeah, easier said than done, but you're right. He's got an ideal start so far. The starting pitcher locked in. Weaver has scored 0 runs, but Gadelin Gadwall strikes out for the 2nd time in this ballgame. She is now tense. That could be huge as a catcher. We've already seen her drop a ball in this series that led, to a massive inning for Weaver. And now with her mojo dropping as a hitter, could definitely affect her as a fielder.
Yep.
Just painting corners relentlessly here is Walter Maverick. 2 up and 2 down as the second baseman Akanamawak. Luke just trying to get something going after the first 2. He was able to manufacture a run. Neither player coming up with much since then. Count runs full here to the second baseman. Oh, and it just clips the outside corner. I thought that could potentially be ball 4. Luke must have been thinking the same thing, but the umpire said, see ya. We move on to the bottom of the 4th now. Barles Sharkley leads it off, looking to get something started for the Beavers.
That's where Luke wants her, though, leading off.
Yeah, no one can be on base. Stubblebeard is locked in, but we start to see the stats slowly dipping. 67 pitches in now in just 4 innings. So despite Weaver not getting a lot going offensively, he is doing a good job at seeing pitches, building that pitch count, and he's going to force Luke to go into that bullpen probably earlier than he'd like to here in an elimination game.
And that makes that locked in even more valuable for Luke, having to expend the pitches. It'll keep you propped up for so long.
Absolutely. And there we see David Gruber. He brought his effort to the ballpark here tonight. Not the same Gruber we saw in games 3 and 4. He lays out for that one and makes a great play. Oh, and we get a bit of a lag spike. Sorry about that, folks.
I expect there was a stern talking to that center fielder after game 4.
Absolutely. I would have been, I'd have put my backup center fielder Wishbone in the game at that point. Nobody plays, you're not going to hustle, you're not going to play. That's what I always say. But Gruber's hustling here tonight with the backs to the wall, team up 2-0. He's got to make that play, and he did. And now Baumgart strikes out. That was a
huge play.
So now we see Frommey on with just 1 runner on first base, 2 outs now. Frommey weakly hits it up the middle, and the threat is averted.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Yeah, that's 3 outs. Luke not going to make that same mistake we saw in game 3 where he went to second base on a slow roller and everybody was safe.
And that was almost the identical play there, except the outs were different.
Yeah, that was a double play situation earlier in the series. That one holograms through Walter Maverick. That's going to be a base hit despite the outfield being shallow, and David Gruber doing a nice job here in game 5. He's trying to earn some redemption. Angie Affleck's finally on the board here. She smokes one to left field. That's going to be a double.
She was due and she was overdue.
And now it's going to be Nymphy ACI. Low pitch activated, second, third, nobody, or one out. And again, Luke's got to manufacture a run here. He's got to make sure to score at least one.
Got to get one in.
Weaver just going to intentionally load him up here after missing with the first 3 pitches. For the force out. Double play potential here, but a dangerous hitter in Fighting Bob. You see the 447 average. This is Luke's guy. Angie and Fighting Bob. It's who he looks to turn to in spots like these. Bases loaded. Huge spot here for the forward as Maverick goes up 1-2. He perfectly locates another fastball low and away. It's going to be good enough for a sac fly. And Weaver doesn't throw to cut off any of the advancing runners, so a good job by Luke. That throw probably should have come into second base, maybe third, and not let the trail runners advance the way they did. Instead, now Luke is a base hit away from putting this to a 5-0 game.
Yeah, that was definitely wishful thinking on the part of Weaver, right? It really had no chance at all. They're just too deep.
Right, there was no way he was getting that runner at home with decent speed. But he gets Luke to expand the zone there with 2 strikes, and the heater from Maverick ends the threat again. Luke only able to get 1 run in a bases loaded spot, but like we keep saying, 1 is better than nothing, and he's holding on to this 3-0 lead.
That's right. You'll take the 1. You always want more, but you really would take that 1. You're already up 2. You pick off a 3rd run, and Weaver hasn't gotten anything going so far.
Yeah, he really hasn't. Stubblebeard's been the answer so far tonight as Walter Maverick pitched a pretty good ball game. 5 innings, 3 runs. They were all pretty much manufactured runs. Wasn't really knocked around too hard. And now we'll see. Go ahead.
I feeling you're going to see some real decision making as to when to turn to the pen and who to turn to into the pen.
Yeah, it's always a big decision, especially when you're in an elimination game. He's got to keep Weaver from getting back in this. What arm do you turn to, and how long do you go with Grimes? I believe his spot probably coming up here soon in the order for the forward. We see the stats diminishing now, but he's able to get Weeks on the full count curveball. So a great job of Stubblebeard throws 5 shutout innings for the forward in an elimination game. And now the 10th Gadwall is going to bat the pitcher spot 4th in this inning, missed. John Probley on the hill now. Oh, he misses right down the pipe.
There it is.
And my goodness, the 10th Gwendolyn Gadwall gets a gift right down the pipe, and she deposits it into the Red Rock seats. That is a big lift for the forward as they make it a 4-0 game.
A bit of redemption there.
Absolutely, as she had 2 strikeouts in this game and was well on her way to a 3rd when that looked like a lag pitch and missed right down the pipe. Now probably instantly turns to 10ths after a leadoff home run like that, and it becomes that much harder for Weaver to get out of this unscathed as this ball expertly timed by Boozy Manga for the robbery. What a play. Boozy going to make 2 plays in a row here as he's doing a nice job of holding down right field. We saw a ball just like that in Game 3 escape the yard for Weaver as it snuck over the right field wall, but this time on a similar trajectory, Weaver able to snag one and keep Luke from making this a 5-0 game. Let's see if that 1 run there he saved comes back and pays dividends.
Got his catcher back up to speed anyway. That'll help.
Yeah, that's right. The forward catcher getting back to neutral mojo after the home run. And it's interesting, Mystery Man, because of that, Stubblebeard Grimes had to bat in the top of the 6th, and Luke left him in there. Stasia Orno going to single up the middle here. Despite the deteriorating stats from Stubblebeard, Luke's trusting his arm, and Barles Chalkley puts a charge into this one, but it's right to Gruber. He tracks it down. Grimes and out a way of getting through 6 complete. Look at those bars.
I think that locked-in mojo is keeping him in good karma.
That one missed right over the middle of the plate, but it's again going to be a warning track out as Busi Manga not able to get lift it over the fence, and 6 shutout innings now for Stubblebeard Grimes. Outfield was playing shallow. It's going to be over their head.
Oh,
This is going to be a leadoff triple.
and we know Luke, he's going to get that run in one way or another.
I called him out in the previous 2 games for lack of effort, but the center fielder for the forward really brought his A game here tonight, as that's a leadoff triple here in the 7th. Luke in a great spot to make it a 5-0 game, and he's going to do so. RBI ground out scores Gruber, and now it's 5-0 forward here in Game 5. Mystery, I'm not surprised we're seeing a much better effort, much better ball game here out of Luke with his back to the wall, as he got away with, Weaver gets away with one on the mound there. I am a bit surprised though, Mystery Man, that Weaver has not scored yet in this ball game.
Momentum. Yeah, Luke has kept the upper hand there with that locked-in pitcher.
Well, you know as well as I do, hitting can be different from one day to the next in this game. But we saw Weaver score 10-plus runs in both Games 3 and 4. And now, Game 5 being played on a different day. For whatever reason, Weaver just doesn't have the same, not putting the barrel to the ball like he was in Games 3 and 4, as Luke, also a testament to Luke's pitching in this ball game. We head to the bottom of the 7th, 5-0.
If this was the Weaver from the other day, I mean, I don't think you can hold him to 0 like this. It's just one of those day-to-day things, momentum, the feel.
Yeah, I would agree, but at the same time, it's different when your back's against the wall 3-1. You have to get a win, and the other guy's in the driver's seat 3-1. I experienced this a little bit with Max. I took the lead in the first game of our first 2 doubleheaders and kind of relaxed a little bit, and he really made me pay and even the series back up. So perhaps Weaver with a 3-1 lead coming into this a little bit relaxed. Luke with everything to lose here tonight. Back to the wall. He's playing a much better ball game, and Stubblebeard Grimes is just, he's still getting out somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah, other than that one throw from Weaver that could have possibly come to second base, neither side has really made any big mistakes here. It's just been Luke has hit a little better, and he's got a little bit better mojo going for him.
Yeah, he's really grinded for all 5 runs, other than the ghost pitch by Prawley where Gadwall went deep. The other 4 runs, Luke really manufactured of his own accord and just did a great job producing the offense tonight. It's really been his work on the mound to keep the offense of the Beavers at bay has been the biggest story, as Weaver turns to Novi Marquetta here in the 8th. Luke would surely take some more insurance runs, as the Beavers are down to now final 6 outs if they want to try to get back into this. Luke still has his entire bullpen to turn to if need be, but Stubblebeard Grimes, he just can't be scored on tonight.
Yeah, he's not pulling him out unless he has to.
Marquetta works quickly here with 2 outs. 2 up and 2 down. She's boasts pretty good numbers here in the postseason. Falls behind 3-1 here. Luke's going to get a base hit with the 8-hole hitter. Now we'll see yet again. Does he leave the pitcher in this ball game in the top of the 8th? Locked in. And it looks like Stubblebeard Grimes will finally be lifted. What a ball game he had. Julio White,
Yeah.
pinch hit. And yeah, Mystery, what a job Grimes did here in the elimination game.
Yeah, I bet anything he considered still leaving him in there, regardless that is almost all the way down, just because Mojo.
Oh, Julio White puts a charge into this ball. We had a bit of a lag going on. And Luke's sending the runner around third. It's going to be another close play. Gets in there safely as Okanamawak. He was hustling all the way from first base with 2 outs. And a clutch pinch hitter.
Pinch hit pays off there, yeah.
Yeah, big time. Julio White again. We saw a big home run from Julio against Lazy, I believe, off the bench. And now Julio White steps up again here for the Stubblebeard Grimes pinch hit appearance and adds an insurance run for the forward. Luke turns to Chance Lauderberry Jr. of all people to shut this one down. And he's going to get Gannon Weeks to ground out Weekly.
Luke has scored in 6 innings here, and he has 6 runs. That is very unusual.
It's efficient, and
it's like you said, you got to claw and scrape. It's an elimination game.
absolutely, and he wasn't able to do that at all in games 3 or 4. I think he scored 1 run in the 2 games combined. So this, he'll take offense any way he can get it, but 6 different scoring innings is a great job of being efficient. As Weaver's still looking for his first run.
Even on a lag pitch, you still got to hit it. He did.
Right. Can't tell you how many times seems like I missed those mistake pitches. Novi Marquetta is trying to give her team one last chance at the dish. This home crowd on the verge of going home disappointed here tonight. They wanted to see their Beavers clinch the World Series. So far, Luke has said, no, sir, not tonight. And again, the forward are going to threaten here in the 9th. Could be the 7th different inning they score. As Quentin's Success going to come in. Oh, that could have been called an infield fly. The umpire didn't say anything. And it's going to be, it wasn't really a routine ball, so that's probably a good call. And despite the bloop single, Weaver actually gets the force out at second. Bit of a weird play, and that's going to be a double play ball.
Oh, my.
Wow, so Quentin's Success does a great job of having some success and getting out of the jam to keep this at 6 runs now. Weaver down to his last chance of the night here. Balls Charkley puts one to the warning track. Will it keep going? It will not. It's Sheboygan Steve.
Not today, it won't.
In game 3, that probably would have been off the wall or out of here, but here in game 5, it dies just short. The wind's blowing in a little bit here tonight, I think.
Now it's Weaver looking for some momentum going forward.
Yeah, that's a good point here, as it looks like it's going to be 3-2 now as Luke takes game 5 in dominant fashion. What a ball game here, and good game to both players as we see 3 on the night. Nice job.
That's a really gritty response from Luke to come back there in an elimination game, and anybody could roll over, but he didn't.
Absolutely, and it was a pleasure to call both these games with you, Mystery Man. We saw
a lot of fun.
Yeah, we saw a lot of good baseball here tonight. We saw Weaver dominate games 3 and 4, and then we saw Luke dominate game 5. So now that the series goes to 3-2 Weaver, it's still anybody's series for the taking as Luke avoids elimination, and he's no stranger to getting deep into series. We know he has the potential to come back and give us a game 6 and a game 7, but it'll be up to Weaver. Can he close it out?
Yeah, I actually originally at the beginning of the season, I was actually thinking Luke was going to be my pick back around the time when Wishbone rolled out the brackets, and he had a couple of weird. There was a couple scrims or something I saw that made me start to wonder a little bit. And I backed off of it. I think I ended up picking Lazy, but Luke can play with anybody. We know that.
Yeah, we saw the big upset against Lazy in the semifinals. What a win that was for the forward and for Luke Archer, as now he looks to knock off Weaver in his quest to get a three-peat, 3 World Series wins in a row. The Beavers are 1 win away from pulling that off for just the second time in XBL history. No one's ever, other than Flash, no one has ever won 3 in a row. So Weaver looking to tie history there. And folks, it's been a great time. We appreciate everybody watching tonight. We appreciate Weaver for providing the streams, and for both players for the pre-recordings of games 3 and 4. And stay tuned for when we'll get to see a conclusion of this series. I imagine next time we'd see game 6, and then if it goes to 7, that would all be in the same session next time, whenever that may be. But keep your eyes peeled. Mystery Man, it's been great having you in the booth, man. Any closing thoughts or opinions?
All I can say is it's incredible in the XBL how often these series just turn out to be incredible. I mean, you would think a lot more of them would just kind of fizzle out, but it just seems like these guys are so gritty and they're so good that it always turns into something crazy. And then tonight's a good example. I mean, Weaver's just running all over Luke, and then in the second game he didn't do anything. I
Yeah.
mean,
And we saw that kind of with the Weaver Ashnod series as well, where that series really could have gone either way. We saw both guys have great games. Both guys had some dominant games, but that one went 3-3 to a deciding game 7. We could easily be looking at Luke versus Ashnod here in the World Series, but Weaver got it done in that game 7. And since then, it's been really back and forth in this series. Like we said, both guys have shown, a little bit of dominance in their wins in the series, but how deep will the series go? Hopefully, I'm always a big fan of 7 games, so I would love to see it go 7, but just to be able to get 6 between these two guys has been a treat, and I'm glad I got to call a few of them with you, Mystery Man. Welcome to the booth.
hey, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back. Stay tuned, watch for the league news, and good luck to both players in the conclusion of this World Series. Thanks everybody for watching.